You want motivation? You want that spark? The drive? The hunger to do more? To push harder? To feel alive in your purpose? Let me tell you the truth. Motivation doesn't come from nowhere. It doesn't fall from the sky. It doesn't arrive on command. It's not something you find. Motivation is something you build. And what builds it is discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. Even when you're tired. Even when you're uninspired. Even when no one is watching. And that's where real motivation comes from. Not from hype, not from mood, but from movement. You don't wake up every day feeling on fire, but you can wake up every day and choose to act. And when you do, something shifts. You start to trust yourself. You build momentum. You build identity. The truth is, most people get it backwards. They think they need motivation to act. But in reality, action is what creates motivation, and discipline is what creates action. Every time you wake up and do the thing you promised yourself, you're not just building results. You're building belief, and that belief turns into energy, and that energy becomes unstoppable. Have you ever noticed how on the days you almost didn't show up, but you did anyway? Those were the days you felt the most proud. That's not coincidence. That's the power of discipline. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about freedom. It's the tool you use to design your future. To choose the life you want, instead of settling for the life that just happens to you. When you practice discipline, you stop reacting and you start leading. You stop waiting and you start building. Every rep in the gym, every focused study session, every time you say no to distractions, every early morning, every late night grind, it all adds up. And it fuels the fire. The people you look up to, the ones who always seem locked in, they don't rely on being motivated. They rely on systems. They rely on habits. They rely on commitment, because they understand motivation is temporary. Discipline is sustainable. Motivation can be stolen by a bad mood, by one bad day, by a moment of doubt. But discipline, it's your anchor. It's your comeback. It's what pulls you back on track when life knocks you sideways. Look, you don't need to feel amazing to take action. You don't need to feel inspired to do the work. You just need to begin and let the effort wake you up. That's the real secret. Discipline doesn't drain you. It activates you. It reminds you of who you said you wanted to become. And the more you follow through, the more energy you have to keep going. Let me give you a real-world example. Think of the student who studies an extra hour when they'd rather scroll. Think of the athlete who trains when nobody's watching. Think of the artist who creates every day, regardless of mood. Are they always motivated? No. But they're disciplined, and that discipline shapes their results. Their results shape their identity. And that identity fuels motivation. So what does this mean for you? It means you stop waiting. You stop saying, I'll start when I feel ready. You stop making feelings the ruler of your progress. Because feelings are fleeting, but action is a choice. And every choice becomes a brick. Every brick builds a path. And that path becomes the life you wanted all along. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Even if you stumble, even if you fall short, even if you mess up, discipline says, get up, go again, stay with it. And the more you do, the more motivated you become. Because you begin to trust that you're the kind of person who shows up. Let's break it down one last time. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the flame that keeps it alive. Motivation may start the race, but discipline crosses the finish line. So if you're tired of waiting, if you're tired of starting and stopping, if you're tired of not feeling in the mood, here's your answer. Build discipline. Show up anyway. Take the small step again and again and again. And soon, you won't be chasing motivation anymore. Because it will be chasing you. That's how you build real energy. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build a life worth waking up for. Not through hype, but through habit. Not through emotion, but through execution. Discipline creates motivation. And that discipline will build your future. So start today. Start small, but start. And keep showing up until discipline becomes your identity. Because once it does, there's no limit to who you can become.